Hello, my name is Elizabeth Mungai. Welcome to yet another episode of our life skills lesson. Today, our topic is on prayer. And today I want us to learn about one prayer. I know we have very many different types of prayers. We have the intercession prayers, we have the thanksgiving prayers, but today I want us to learn about one prayer. A prayer that has helped me in my life. I remember I learned this prayer when I was maybe around 13 years, and it has helped me in my life. It is called the Serenity Prayer. What is prayer number one? Prayer is communicating to God. It is our communications of our thanksgiving, of our frustrations, of our whatever we want to tell God. It is us talking to God, telling God thank you, telling God I feel a little bit tired, telling God I am feeling a little bit confused, telling God help me. That is prayer. Then waiting and also asking God and looking out for ways that God is answering our prayers. So prayer is basically communicating to God. Serenity Prayer, I googled it up. It was published in 1951 by someone that was called Reinhold, if I get it right. My pronunciation, Reinhold. And this prayer says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this prayer, you are asking God, and I remember when I was praying this prayer, I didn't even understand especially what serenity meant that time. But right now I know that serenity means the peacefulness, the calmness. God grant me the peace that comes with me knowing that I cannot change this. Because the things that I cannot change in my life, I need to accept them. Do you know of things that you cannot change in your life? Few things. Number one, you cannot change the parents that brought you here. You didn't get to choose your parents, but you're here anyway. So we can't change our parents and start saying, oh, I wish my neighbor's parents were my parents. No, they are not. You have your own parents. So that one you can't change. You ask that you get the serenity, the peacefulness in accepting that these are my parents. No matter how they look or what you think about them, they are your parents. Number two, we cannot also change where we were born. Now I want to be born somewhere else in a certain country. Like in America, or like in Britain, like in South Africa, or like in Nigeria. No, you are in Kenya. Maybe you're here. And if you're out of Kenya, you are where you are. That thing that you cannot change is also the circumstances that you were born in. Especially in this country, the tribe that you were born into. You can't start saying, oh, I want to change my tribe. I want to be a different tribe. How? You can't. So those are the things that we need to start making peace with, accepting, saying, this is my tribe, this is me, are my parents, this is where I was born, these are my brothers and sisters, this is my life. But as you grow, this prayer says, give me the courage to change the things that I can change. Because there are few things that this life, and actually many things that this life will give to you, which you are going to be able to change. For example, you might have been born a little bit less privileged. Maybe you don't have a lot of things going on for you. You don't have maybe lots of food. It's a struggle to get food or even good shelter. But you decide, yes, this is where I was born, but this is not how my story will end. I am going to work hard. I am going to learn all I can learn. I will put everything I know to work so that I can give myself a better future. When you look at it that way, you know that at that point now you need the courage, number one, to now start working hard. Something else that you can change is the level of education that you have. Maybe your parents could afford only a certain kind of education, and you decide, when I am a little bit grown up, I want to look for money and I'll go back to school and I will learn more of what you want to learn. So those are some of the things that we cannot change, and an example of things that we can change. Something else, your grades in school or even your friends. I feel like sometimes when you have friends that are always so negative, sometimes you just need to say, let me just change my friends for some time and see what happens. So you can even change your friends, especially when they're not having some very good company. You decide, I'm going to change your friends, but you cannot decide, I'll change my home, because you're not the one who makes such kind of a decision. It's your parents or your guardians. And so this prayer says that the courage for you, God give me the courage to change the things that I can change. The grades in school, maybe you can decide to learn better and learn more and revise more and ask for help more. So there are things that you can change, things that you cannot change. But this prayer ends by saying that may God give me the wisdom to know the difference, because there's a difference between the things you can change and the ones that you cannot change. That wisdom is, for me, the ultimate. The Bible says in the book of James chapter 1 that it is God who gives wisdom. He says, if you have no wisdom, the Bible says, come, go and ask of God, who gives that wisdom without fault finding. He gives it to anyone who asks. I remember at that time, I was just praying and telling God, just help me to even know the kind of friends to have. You need to pray for your own life and say, God, I need wisdom to know which company to keep, to know what am I going to do about my situation. Maybe at home you have a very difficult situation. Ask God for wisdom. What do I do? And I promise you, because the Bible says that if you ask God for wisdom, He is going to give you wisdom. He is going to give you wisdom. So even as you're asking for many things, we have an example of someone in the Bible called Solomon. Can you imagine if God had come to Solomon at this time and was like, Solomon, Solomon. God told Solomon, ask one thing that you would want me to give to you. And Solomon was becoming a king. And he knew that he needed wisdom to lead those people and to make decisions. I keep asking myself, if I was Solomon, would I really have asked for wisdom? But now when I look back, I see what and how wisdom helps us in different situations. You don't see it when you're young, but as you grow, you realize and start appreciating that, wow, that was a wise decision. Because actually, what happens when you have wisdom, you become wise. So, I am so grateful that we have learned this prayer. And this prayer again says that God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, but also give me the courage to change the things that I can. But above it all, give me the wisdom to know the difference. I pray that we all get to have wisdom and to pray for wisdom and to ask for wisdom, because you will need it as you are growing. I need it too, and so do you. Thank you for your time. It has been a good lesson on Serenity Prayer. I love this prayer any day, anytime. It is a very, very wonderful prayer. Pray it for your own life and also for your friends and teach them. Our motto again, don't forget, it says, watch one of these episodes like today we have learned about Serenity Prayer. Be one. Please go and pray that prayer yourself. And then kindly, as a kind gesture to your friends in this life, just train just one other person. And when you train one other person, ask them to go and train one other child. Is that okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate and I love you so much. Thank you.